Dumilang, Sam, Mona, and hello. Hi everyone, creatives and storytellers. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to this video. Alright, today this video is going to be a review of a product that I have been using more than a year. And yeah, I like it very much. So this product is the I'm not sure if I'm saying it correctly, but I believe it's pronounced Futura. But yes, it's the Futura art glass table that I bought more than a year ago at P&A. Alright, so yes, let's get into this video and I'll tell you all about this amazing table and why I believe that you could consider buying it for yourself. Even if it's drawing as your hobby or if you're doing it professionally. All right, well then, let's get
I shall be
started.
doing a review. This is a product that I bought at P&A about more than a year ago and I absolutely love it. Okay, so it's a tempered glass steel art table. So, are you tired of your drawing looking skewed? Want to achieve a better posture while drawing for a long time without experiencing back pain? Well, consider getting an art table with a surface that can be adjusted to suit your project size. Well, and by project size, I mean, tilted into the right angle for you to get a better view and to prevent your drawings from looking as if you were drawing it online and just suddenly went all skew line. Alright, so at PNA you can get two different versions of art tables. One is wooden and the other has a glass top. I saw this as the answer to the two questions at the start of this video, so I got myself the Futura glass work table. It's matte black steel, one big drawer and two smaller drawers, lend a minimalist aesthetic to any art studio. The tempered glass tabletop can be tilted between 10 degrees to 60 degrees angles. On both sides of the table are places for interchangeable storage containers that are made up of 4 individual trays, 2 of each type, that can be configured in any order that suits your needs. Yes, that's right, ladies and gentlemen, it is removable and you can put it in any order. So you can have two big horizontal ones on the one side, and you can have the two trays that have 6 holes on each for pens and brushes on the other side. Alright, so yes, as I mentioned, the first pair consists of long containers where you can store long brushes or pens. The second pair trays is divided into smaller divided sections, each featuring one round compartment, one small rectangular compartment, and 6 holes for your brushes or pens to be upright. And the best thing is, well, if they do not really stand out of the, well, if you put like, let's say, pens or brushes or small containers of paint in it, please make sure to put them in after you have adjusted the angles. Otherwise, they may fall out. Alright. As I said, I outright adore using it. I always do a little happy dance because it's easy to work with and versatile. When I do lower the glass table back to, a horizontal level, does it is a bit heavy to do so, and yeah, it makes a bit of a creaking noise, but hey, that's the mechanism. Alright, not only can the table be used for drawing and painting on paper, but also for doing crafts using my Cricut machine. Because of the glass, I can apply, well, while I am painting, I can apply paint directly onto the glass without worrying about staining and color bleeding that could get with, well, that you get with plastic palettes. I like to use the medium gouache, especially for my illustrations. It has a very matte color and it's a very good combination between water paint and acrylic. Now, the problem I had with this in the past is that if I use it on a plastic palette, the color literally would uh, absorb into the plastic. So even though I washed it thoroughly, the color would still stay there. And once new paint is applied, that I don't know how, but that paint that was absorbed into the plastic would somehow mix with the new paint. So, yes, gloss is, in my opinion, more environmentally friendly because you don't have to reuse plastic or, those paper palettes that you get. Alright. So, as a bonus with a little DIY, it can be turned into a light table. Yes, you can get a light, put it underneath the table, then put your drawing down and a piece of paper on top of it, and do a tracing. So, to prevent you from ruining your original artwork and to give you more freedom to experiment. Alright, so as I've talked about the adjustment mechanism, it's easy to adjust the glass tabletop to any angle you want it to be. Fair warning, like I said, it's reasonably heavy. So I would not really recommend it for children to use. So I guess you might be wondering, will it stay at that angle? Yes, it won't move easily unless it does not hook in correctly. You can apply pressure to the middle of the table, but it's not really stable at the top of the two corners. If you draw there with force, it may wobble a bit. The table's height does not adjust. It's only the tabletop that can be adjusted to any angle. And I'm guessing you're probably wondering right about now, won't the paper fall off? There's no need to fret. The table has a steel ledge that you can hook, hook kind of out and in. I mostly like to tape my paper to the table according to my eye level. I mean, I still could use the ledge, but it's mostly to hold other things. But yeah, in most cases, a good piece of tape, well, masking tape, regular tape is going to damage the paper. So yes, that's the best method that works for me. Does it wobble when you work on it? Well, if you erase, draw, or paint with a heavy hand, there is not much wobbling unless one of the screws on the back of the table legs has come loose. It's easy to fix, so don't worry about it. Just screw the back in, just screw the screw back in and you're good to go. What art supplies can be used on it? I mostly use it to work on paper, but you can place a canvas board on it if you want to. What size of paper can be used on it? The surface of the glass is 95.5 centimeters wide and 60 centimeters high. This gives you a working space where you can work on an A1 paper or A2 portraits next to each other. It was easy to is it easy to set up? That I can't really answer. It was easy to set up for me because the frame of my unit was mostly built. It was used as a display in the store. I have briefly mentioned a few cons about this table. And I'm going to pardon me. Oh, the pausing. Now I'm just going to mention a few more cons. So the glass can be scratched by any sharp object, which leaves scratch marks. However, don't you worry, there's good news. There are stores and factories within South Africa that can replace the glass. So yay! So yes, you can mess that thing up as much as you want, but please do take care. You want it to last for quite a few years. Alright. It's a glass tabletop, so naturally it reflects any light source. So I recommend getting a lamp with an adjustable stand that brings the light source from above you. You know, you get those lamps that have those what do you call this? It's kind of a clip, but you screw it on. Yes, I've did that with mine, and it works perfectly. Just make sure to put some felt between the clip and the table, you know, just to prevent any sliding or scratch marks or damaging your table. Alright, so if you want to move it away from the wall or storage nook, it's not hard to do, but it's not something you can move around the house easily. So yeah, it's not really, yeah, it's a table, you know, it's a heavy table. The top of the table at the top is wobbly at a higher tilting degree. It's not a good idea to press hard in those, well, in the two upper corners when it's tilted to 60 degree. The storage that you get is enough for any medium you want to use, you know. You can use the big, well, I usually use the big tray that's above my lap to hold the paint, to hold, you know, the jars of water to clean my brushes. So that's worked out nicely. And the two smaller drawers on the right hand side when you're sitting down at the table, you know, can also store quite a few pens, pencils, not really any long brushes. Okay, so now that I have talked about this wonderful product, some of you might be wondering, okay, this sounds absolutely amazing. I want one. So, what is the price? While the price point reflects a professional grade investment of well, 3,999.99 cents, I can tell you the build quality justifies it, and it's a very good investment for any serious hobbyist of drawing or even crafting. It's not just for professionals. Alright everyone, thank you very much for joining me for this video today, and I hope you all have a wonderful day. See you all next time. Tot ziens!